Happening now, a fatal crash in the city of Dunkirk leaves 2 dead, police now looking for answers. And a plane crash late last night in southern Chautauqua County. Miraculously, there were no fatalities. Plus, we take a look at the new tool rolled out by Warren County Police to help students with their anxiety. The tool, named Olive.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
I'm Justin Gould. We start with breaking news. A world-renowned author whose book led to death threats from Iran in the 1980s was attacked with a knife as he was about to give a lecture at the Chautauqua institution today. Here's a live look at the scene as police are investigating this attack. An Associated Press reporter witnessed a man storm the stage at the Chautauqua Institution's amphitheater. That man began to stab Solomon Rushdie as he was being introduced. The author fell to the floor, that man restrained. Rushdie's book, The Satanic Verses, had been banned in Iran since 1988, as many Muslims considered it to be blasphemous. A year later, Iran's late leader issued an edict calling for Rushdie's death. A bounty of over $3 million had been offered to anyone who would kill him. Rushdie dismissed that threat at the time, saying there was no evidence of people being interested in the reward. It's unclear if this attack is connected to that reward. We, of course, are going to continue to follow this breaking stories and have crews there at the Chautauqua Institution and provide updates throughout the day at WNYNewsNow.com and on our free mobile app. And 2 people died following a multi-vehicle crash in the city of Dunkirk. Dunkirk police say that this 4-vehicle crash happened just before 6 o'clock on Central Avenue near West Howard Avenue yesterday. The crash, police said, resulted in 2 fatalities, with 1 person pronounced dead at the scene, the second later passing away at Brooks Memorial Hospital. Additionally, 3 other people were injured as a result of the collision. 1 victim was flown to Hammett Medical Center in Erie, and 2 others were taken via ambulance to Brooks Memorial Hospital for treatment. An investigation into what caused this fatal wreck continues. Police are asking anyone who may have information to contact them at 716-366-2266. And 2 Ohio residents were taken to regional medical centers following a plane crash here in southern Chautauqua County last night. Our Jackson Hickey spent the morning at the scene as investigators are now working to determine what brought that plane down.
This accident happened here in the town of Harmony, right here on Baker Street Extension. It was actually behind this private residence here in a wooded area back there. Now understand, this is a small single-engine plane, and that single engine reportedly had some sort of malfunction that ultimately caused this crash. Now, the pair of airmen in the aircraft consisted of 63-year-old pilot Lawrence Zupon and 25-year-old Daniel Rossi. It's believed they departed from Ohio, landed in Jamestown as part of a training exercise, and were headed back west before this incident occurred here. At this time, it is believed that the pair were attempting to make an emergency landing right around the corner here at the Goose Creek Airfield, also in the town of Harmony. But around 10:59, 11 o'clock, they just barely missed their mark and crashed here behind this house. Now, after they got themselves out of the plane, they were both treated by paramedics on scene and then transported to Hammett Medical Center in Erie, Pennsylvania. We have acquired the initial communications from air traffic controllers in Buffalo at the time of the crash. Understand the controllers at the Buffalo airport are kind of responsible for all the air traffic in the western New York area. They actually dispatched a sheriff's helicopter from Erie County to try and locate this aircraft, as it had not been located yet at that point. Take a listen to this audio.
Okay, Sheriff Air 1, we did get a call saying that the plane, I think, did crash, so if you can, just let me know once you're able to start heading that way.
We're en route right now, Sheriff Air 1.
Sheriff Air 1, contact Buffalo now on 126.05. They're the ones working over in that area, 2605.
And right now, the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Department and the Federal Aviation Administration are continuing to investigate just what may have happened here. Still very limited details, but we will bring you more information as soon as we get it. For now, in the town of Harmony, Jackson Hickey, WNY News Now.
Jackson, thank you. Police here in Jamestown are asking for your help in identifying the person who allegedly broke into a popular local restaurant. Detectives with Jamestown Police released this security camera photo of a suspect accused of breaking into La Cucina della Nonne on West 3rd Street in Jamestown overnight back on July 27th. This person, police said, entered that business and stole some of their property. Specific items were not released by the department. Anyone with info regarding this, or if you are able to identify this suspect, you're asked to contact the detective at 716-483-7620. And a 49-year-old Jamestown man is facing several drug charges after police raided his Southside apartment yesterday. The Jamestown Metro Drug Task Force executed a search warrant at 57 Colfax Avenue. That's where Jason Parker was taken into custody. During a search of his apartment, investigators allegedly recovered a quantity of fentanyl, cocaine, and items used for packaging and the sale of narcotics. Parker faces several charges, including criminal possession of a controlled substance and criminally using drug paraphernalia. Well, early voting kicks off on Saturday for the GOP primary and special election in New York's 23rd Congressional District. Any registered voter in Chautauqua County is eligible to partake in the special election, where Democrat Max Delapia and Republican Joe Sempolemski are facing off. The winners of that race would serve as congressmen until the end of the year, filling the rest of Tom Reed's term. Reed resigned earlier this year to take a job in the private sector. Registered Republicans, meanwhile, would receive 2 ballots to vote in both that special election and GOP primary. Carl Palladino and Nick Langworthy are up for a vote. Local Jamestown candidate Richard Moon also launched a write-in campaign. The winner of the GOP primary would face Max Delapia in a general election this November. Voting starts on Saturday and runs through Sunday, August 21st. Polling sites are at the Robert H. Jackson Center in Jamestown, the Chautauqua Mall, Board of Elections office in Mayville, and Chautauqua County Fairgrounds in Dunkirk. A full list of early voting hours is posted at votechautauqua.com. Now, once early voting concludes, a primary and special election would then happen on Tuesday, August 23rd. Well, now let's switch gears and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that. And good news from you, Dakota. It's a beautiful day out there.
Yes, it is. The sunshine is smiling down on you for this Friday. It is just a fantastic day. You can see from Lakeside Park the blue skies abode, and this is pretty much what you're going to see throughout the afternoon hours. The satellite and radar composite, you're not really finding anything in terms of cloud cover, so there might be a few clouds maybe lower in the sky than what's being depicted on the satellite imagery, but other than that, I think it's really going to be a mainly sunny day. 73 was the high yesterday, started the day at 54, 94, and 38. Are the records. So through the afternoon, the yellow star smiles down on you. Comfortable 70 to 78 with a light north wind. Now, the supermoon had some great pictures of that, plus a water spout over Lake Erie. We'll talk about that, along with that Ultimate Satellite Solution 7-day forecast later on in the show, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful pics coming into us, Dakota. Thank you. As we continue, the Jamestown Airport, they'll be receiving over $1 million to help with maintenance and improvements. And later, staying 6 feet away, now coming to an end, the CDC lifting their social distancing suggestions. The latest there. Stay with us. WNY News Now is back right after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
2 convenient conservatives are on the ballot for the Republican primary for Congress. Neither live in our district. I'm Rich Moon, vying for your vote in New York's 23rd congressional race. Growing up in Erie County, I lived in Hinsdale while working as a pharmacist in Wellsville. I'm proud to have raised my kids in the Jamestown area. Keep your voice in Washington local. Write in Rich Moon when you vote for both the GOP primary and the special election. Write in Rich Moon for Congress.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Hey ladies, are you looking for a fun night out on the town this fall? We have the event for you. Join Collaborative Children's Solutions as we celebrate the women of our community during a special Ladies Red Carpet Gala. Grab your friends and fanciest clothes for a night of dancing at the Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York. There will be dessert and a cash bar. All proceeds directly benefit Collaborative Children's Solutions. Learn more at ccsolutions716.com.
Looking for a fair and honest auto mechanic? Look no further than Dwyas Auto Service. Located at 140 Main Street in Randolph, our family-owned business is ready for all of your automotive needs. From general service to more complex repairs, count on Dwyas Auto to keep you on the road. We not only keep your cars running smoothly, but also looking great with our expert detailing crew. Send us a message on Facebook or call us today at 716-358-2292 to set up an appointment. Dwyas Auto Service. Fair, honest, and the best prices guaranteed.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Over $1 million in federal funding is coming to the Chautauqua County Airport in Jamestown. U.S. Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand announced that news yesterday. Specifically, $1 million will be allocated for perimeter fencing, while $300,000 has been allocated for snow removal equipment. This money comes from the Federal Aviation Administration's Airport Improvement Program. And a new exhibit featuring famous television host Johnny Carson is coming to the National Comedy Center, along with a show to honor the late host. Our Bronson Rasmussen has more on how the late night show host is being honored.
Comedian Pat Hazel, who is hosting performing the show, spoke to us in an exclusive interview about the once-in-a-lifetime show at the Regina Center for the Arts.
This is an amazing salute to Johnny. The exhibit and the immersive experience is something that will be here and long-lasting, but the Comedy Tonight show that we're doing Saturday is one time only, created specifically for Jamestown, and we're having a reunion of all of his favorite acts that were on many times. Master Magician Lance Burton, Joan Embry from the Wild Animal Park, the Passing Zone Jugglers from America's Got Talent. So it's going to be an extraordinary, fun gathering for people to be a part of.
Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, according to Hazel, transformed the talk show industry into what it is today.
Well, Johnny was the most convivial host. He was somebody that amplified the voices of celebrities, but also the common man. If he had somebody on that dressed up chickens, he made them shine. And he was a great monologist, a great writer, a great sketch player, and he was a very sophisticated talk show host. He set the standard for everyone we see in late night now.
The National Comedy Center is unveiling a new exhibit to honor the king of late night this Saturday, showcasing many exhibits from the legend's 3 decades of performing.
It's so new. It literally Saturday is opening sort of to the public in its preview form, and it's kind of cool. I mean, the technology is amazing. Everybody's responding. Jimmy Fallon is a virtual host in a hologram form, and then seeing some of the costumes and memorabilia. It's very nostalgic.
The Carson Tonight Show will be held at the Regina Center of the Arts this Saturday at 7 p.m. and will feature a variety of live comedic acts to honor the Carson legacy. Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. What a amazing tribute to a world-renowned comedian for sure. Well, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, he's asking the state court to cover costs of the sexual harassment lawsuit against him. On the 1-year anniversary of his resignation from office, Cuomo is arguing a New York law entitles him to taxpayer-covered legal representation. The former governor initially made the request back in March, but it was denied by Attorney General Letitia James. The sexual harassment lawsuit against Cuomo was filed in an unnamed New York State trooper who says he touched her inappropriately. The Attorney General's office pushed back the sexual harassment, which was not within the scope of employment as governor and therefore should not be covered. A spokesperson for the former governor says the AG is playing politics, pointing out that different district attorneys have declined to prosecute him. And former President Donald Trump says he wants documents related to the search of his Mar-a-Lago home to be released. He made the announcement on his social media platform late last night. The Justice Department is asking a judge to unseal the related warrant and property receipt. The Washington Post cited people familiar with the investigation who said FBI agents were looking at nuclear documents as they searched former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. The FBI search warrant and property receipt it gave Trump could indicate that, if it's true, Attorney General Merrick Garland says he wants to unseal these documents and make them public. Now, some Trump supporters have accused the Justice Department of unfairly targeting him. His lawyer has already revealed the FBI seized about 20 boxes of items on Monday. And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they're doing away with many of the recommendations put in place during the pandemic. The agency released new guidelines yesterday, ending its recommendation of quarantining after an exposure to COVID. It also no longer suggests people stay at least 6 feet away from others and reduce the risk of exposure. The CDC cites high vaccination rates and number of people who have already contracted COVID as the reason for this change. Well, coming up, get ready to meet your new potential best friend in our Pet of the Week segment. And a little bit later on, the Warren County Sheriff's Office, they're hosting a charity baseball game. The proceeds of that going to a new therapy dog. We hear from the officers and the dog herself. But first, when we return, a full look at our weather forecast. Stay right there.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Calling all teachers. Get your year started off right with an evening with Gary Brooks. Come see Gary as he shares his funniest school stories and strategies to build a positive school culture. Go to RegilandA.com for tickets and more information.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
While I appreciate anyone who wants to run for office and help others, we deserve to be represented by a local candidate. I'm Rich Moon, running for New York's 23rd congressional seat. I grew up in Erie County, worked in Wellsville, raised my kids in Jamestown. We need to keep our voice in Washington local. There are 2 absentee opportunists on the ballot for the Republican primary. They don't actually live here. That's why I need your vote. Write in Rich Moon for Congress for both the GOP primary and special election. We deserve local representation.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, welcome back, everybody, and wanted to give you a great shot of the supermoon last night. Jill us into us, and of course it is the last full moon we are going to see throughout the month of August, and our own Jackson Hickey captured this of a water spout over Lake Erie, and we have another picture of it here from Aaron. And water spouts are not uncommon to see them form over water, so here's a graphic of how they form. It all starts with that warm Lake Erie water. 77 degrees is the current water temperature there. All that warm air rises where it's colder up at the top of the cloud level. We get clouds that form, and then there's your water spout right there. So basically a water spout is a tornado that forms over water. And of course, if this water spout actually would have touched down over the lake and made it inland, at that point it would have been tornado. But fortunately, as far as we know, there was no touchdown in the water. It was just up in the air right now. So the Perseid meteor shower still peaks through tomorrow. So again, we still have that full moon, so that's going to limit how many meteors you're going to see. You're not going to see 100 meteors per hour. I think 15 to 20 is more kind of realistic when you have the bright moonlight in the way. Lots of sunshine downtown right now. It's a cool 68 as a noon hour, and that's the reason why. That north wind of 12. Look at the humidity, 44%, the dew point at 45. So it's dry air. So again, great to do anything outdoors today. The Jamestown Cruising Car Show, 74 down to 68. Lots of sunshine. The Warren County Fair for the tractor pull tonight, 70 at 7 down to 56. You might want to bring a sweater because it will be chilly, but at least there won't be any wind to make it feel any cooler out there. High pressure is your fair weather pal. It's your fair weather machine. And that's what's going on right now across the upper Great Lakes. There's that cold front that moved on through. So we are going to be under the influence of cooler air for the next couple of days. The time is moving, but the weather ain't changing. Lots of clear sky out there today. Now we are going to see patchy fog redeveloping across the inland areas overnight for tomorrow. So if you're going to go out tomorrow morning, just watch for that fog. Burns off. Then another great day for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. I think we may see a few high clouds moving on in for Saturday afternoon. Other than that, dry Sunday. This is when the pattern flips. We're going to start to more rain showers coming on in for Saturday, and that will last through much of the week next week. So clear and starlit tonight. Patchy inland fog down to 42 in the deepest valleys, 56 at the Lake Erie. Now the next 7 days powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So pretty much the message here is the good, the bad, and the ugly, because much of next week we do have rain chances in the forecast, Justin, and that'll keep our temperatures down in the lower 70s.
Yeah, you've got to balance it out. Would you rather have, some thunderstorms but cooler, best of both worlds there, Dakota, thanks. Well, hey, in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the folks at the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. Joining us now live is Rachel Spencer to talk more about this week's featured furry friend, and he's just a baby.
He is, yes. This is Trey. He's a 4-month-old kitten who is up for adoption right now. He came in as a stray. I think he was found in Lakewood. He had a little bit of a sad story with him, but overall he's a very sweet guy. He is just he's melting in my lap right now. We've got a little kitty Go-Gurt going for him.
I'm glad to see the Go-Gurt has made a return to the show.
Yes, I know it. I was like, yes, we got to bring him back. I think they really like him. It helps keep him calm and everything. So they seem to, and he's just, oh man, he's just melting right now.
When dealing with a baby kitten like this, they're so impressionable. So really almost ready for any family.
I would say honestly he should get along with anybody. He did come in with another small kitten, so we know he does well with other cats. I would say he should do well with dogs if introduced properly. Overall he's a very great sociable cat. I think he would do great just about anywhere.
Now I know he's got that Garfield color with a little bit of white.
Yep, the tabby.
Is he considered a tabby? Or
yes, so he's an orange tabby, but I like to call these ones the creamsicles.
Yes, really.
They're just the orange and vanilla. Yeah, you're so cute.
So I know you, with being so young, we mentioned he's so impressionable.
Yes.
A good idea though, if there is families out there, especially if you have young kids, you got to teach them how to act around a cat.
Exactly. Yes. There's a lot of education that goes into teaching your kids just as much as teaching the cats. You know, so it's training the whole family basically to get along. Food motivation is really a really good helper in this. Socializing cats and everything. You can have the kids take some treats, have them stick their hand out, depending on the level of sociability of the cat and everything. Just taking it slow and one step at a time for everybody.
Right, and being nice to the animal too, I imagine, is an important
it
aspect
helps.
of it.
It helps.
I'm sure with older kids, it's kind of more understood, but definitely with little kids, a lot of they like to grab and Trey maybe won't like that much,
because they just want to love on the baby, but
which I get, I totally get, and he is so lovable too, and
he's
so
just
soft.
Hanging out. I know,
like
he's so
some older cats, nothing against them, they get some experience,
right?
Like our skin,
more wiry
more wire-like, but
the coat does change over time, but he's a little fuzzball.
Yeah. So if someone's interested in Trey, I know that they can head online to learn more information, and in many cases too, even if they're really interested, set up a time to meet him.
Yeah, absolutely. For the cats, sometimes you're even able to just walk in, fill out an application, and then provided we don't have a landlord we need to call or anything, anything, we can have you just go straight back. We do a little interview first, but you know, you're free to come in and look at cats as long as we have the property owner's approval. So whenever we're open, which again is 1 to 5:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Saturday is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
All right, well, Rachel and Trey, thank you both so much for coming in today. Again, to learn more about our beautiful buddy here, head on over to chqhumane.org.
Does he like lasagna?
He might. He
Lasagna
might. You'll have to take him home and find out. Yeah.
Well, next here we go from cats to dogs on patrol. Look at Warren's new therapy dog to help students when they return to class.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
I'm in this race because I love our region, its people, and all we do. Hi, Rich Moon here. I'm not someone who has come late to this game using political muscle or a large bank account to manipulate the electorate. I'm running for New York's 23rd congressional seat to keep our priorities local. Growing up in Erie County, working in Wellsville, raising my kids in Jamestown, this is my home. When voting this month, write down Rich Moon for Congress to ensure local representation for both the GOP primary and the special election.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights.
Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, with mass shootings plaguing headlines across the nation at schools, local law enforcement in Warren, they're trying to help relieve anxiety for students returning to class. To help out, they're raising money to deploy a new therapy dog this fall. Our Alyssa Wright reports.
There were some tragic events that happened this past year, or the school year, and Sheriff and I came up with an idea and trying to figure out a way we can help, and we thought of a therapy dog.
Olive is Warren County Law Enforcement's new tool to help students this fall.
Hello, would you like to say anything?
All the sniffles. You're so cute, you know that? She has already gone through extensive training and is ready to help those in need.
She is a retired guide dog, so she's been trained on a lot of stuff. Basically, she's there to make you feel better.
The Warren County Sheriff and the City of Warren Police are relying on donations to help pay for Olive's care. On Thursday, the agency hosted a charity baseball game in Jamestown.
We're always looking for donations. Obviously, the game itself is for to support Olive and help with her fees and costs. The Sheriff's Department is, will take donations.
As of late, there has been a negative stigma surrounding law enforcement, so by having Olive, the department hopes to break that. So far, they are already seeing results.
Me personally, I've seen it with just walking around the fairgrounds and how people react to her, and then they react positive to us.
Those looking to make donations can contact the Warren County Sheriff's Office at 814-723-7553. Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
Oh, Alyssa, thank you so much for sharing that story. I wish I could take her home with me. And honestly, the pet of the week, too. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news does continue 24/7 at our website and free mobile app. Just search WNY News Now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We'll leave you with this live look outside of our studio here in downtown Jamestown. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday, live at noon.